and welcome back to KidsTV for Bounce and Jump. My name's Sonia and it's really good to be with you again this week. Why don't you give me a wave? There you go. It's so good to be here. We've been learning all about love this month, haven't we? We've been learning about how Jesus wants us to love people that are really hard to love. We learnt the story of Zacchaeus. We've also been thinking about how love is patient, isn't it? We have to be patient with one another, and how David waited all that time to become king from when God promised him as a little boy. Well, today we're learning another thing that Paul says about love. He says love is selfless and kind. What does it mean to be selfless? Well, it means putting other people before ourselves. When I was a little girl, at my Sunday school, my kids' church, we used to sing a song called Joy. And that spells the word joy. But the letter stood for Jesus first, yourself last, and others in between. Because we want to be people, when we follow Jesus, who put others before us. Jesus comes before anyone. Then we think about other people first, and then we think about ourselves. That is being selfless, thinking about other people. Now, all the time we can't do that. Sometimes we have to think about ourselves first. We have to look after ourselves. But we can have moments in our lives where we are selfless, where we think about other people first. God is selfless and God is love. And I know I want to be more like him. Well, in this week's story, boys and girls, we're learning about Esther, Queen Esther. Now, she had a cousin called Mordecai, and she was married to King Xerxes. That's a hard word to say, isn't it? And the king had an advisor called Haman, who wanted to kill all the Jewish people. Esther was one of those people herself. She was really quite concerned about this, as you would be, wouldn't you? In the Bible it says this: Mordecai said to Esther, "Don't think for a moment that because you're in the palace, you will escape when all the other Jews are killed. If you keep quiet at a time like this, then the Jews might be saved from some other place, but you and your relatives will die. Who knows if perhaps you were made queen for such a time as this." So Esther sent a reply to Mordecai: "Go and gather all of the Jews of Susa and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. My maids and I will do the same. And then, even though it's against the law, I will go and see the king. If I must die, I must die." Esther knew that if she went to see the king, she may be killed. But she was thinking about other people, and she put them before her. She was so selfless. She went to the king, even though she thought that she might come to harm. Wow, isn't she brave? You know, boys and girls, being selfless is sometimes a really brave thing to do. It's a kind thing to do as well. What was it I said earlier? Joy. Jesus first, yourself last, and others in between. Let's think how we can be selfless to those we love and those who we don't know in the next few days.